peace is truly empowering everyone. Nubian Divine, Nubian News with the Z. I hope y'all is ready. I hope y'all is ready for the incoming months. The Battle of Armageddon is upon us, and us watchers and super soldiers and divine beings are in a space where we have been through training, and it's time for us to step into our power, step into our calling. Dang. What would it be like if y'all just came right here and just chilled? Look at that. You hear that? Gypsy gonna get it. I told Gypsy about chasing them squirrels. Come on. What is this spider web just hanging in the middle of? Yeah, y'all. Y'all gonna have to know how to get down out here. I don't know what you're doing with your spare time, who's training you. Get off your bougie couches and stop being bougie soldiers and see what is amongst you. Of course, that's poison, but then there are specific mushrooms that can be eaten. You gotta know which one is what. And there are specific mushrooms that you can boil the poison out as well. As the red berries, you can boil the poison out as well. There's a lot of things that you should be learning, even about the trees, how you can make a tent from your tree, how to survive in sub-zero weather. I'm telling y'all, the incoming months is going to be pretty deep, because the beings that are here that are going to be consuming people that eat meat, they're going to consume them like it's a smorgasbord, and they're already here. See, the thing with those of us that don't eat meat, we're in a space where our body is not centrifuging pus, so therefore they cannot smell us. These things are popping up everywhere. Look at that. It's coming through. You can snap a picture of these through an app and it'll tell you what those are. We'll do that in a minute.
The app is called, I forgot what it was called. It was called, something like Quick Snap or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But y'all, look, a lot of their feces look like this on your property, so you may find that on your property. Some of them are bats that have arrived, but the bats is the trip, because the bats are on my logo, right? But the bats are protectors. They're also very wise. If they came out, and if they've been coming out as they have been, and I'm a witness, then that means something else has come out of the caves. That means the portals are open. I was in my yard a couple nights ago, and I built a Star of David in my yard. Shout out to my friend, she knows who she is, that gave me the idea to do it. So I put the Star of David in my yard as part of a sealant on my property, and kid you not, I looked up and I saw Michael the Archangel beamed in up out of it. And I had to look at it twice, like, okay, I know I am not tripping. At night, you can't fool the night, because it is dark, you know, where I live. So this is a very deep epiphany. This whole entire spiritual journey that we have all transcended into, stepped into, has become a way of life for many of us. And a lot of us have taken it serious. A lot of people don't take it serious. But either way it goes, super soldiers on the ground, not from a space of war, but from a space of love. Dragonflies are out. Boats are out. Do you know how to build a fire when it rains, though, and keep the fire going while it's raining? I mean thunder rain. That's the question you got to ask yourself. What do you do with your poo? What about your urine? What stops the mosquitoes from coming around? How do you cook with no propane? And how do you start a fire with just sticks? These are things you're going to have to know. What do you do in the times where you're going to either know what to do when you got to do what you got to do, or you're going to have to go stand in a line somewhere? A lot of people are going to do just that. A lot of people are going to sell themselves out, sell their families out. But the thing about it is, as long as you don't sell out, as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. There is famine upon the land indeed. Great famine all around us. And there are already many entities that are walking amongst us, even in the form of children that many of you are blind to the naked eye to see. But think it not strange the fiery trials in which are to try you. Think it not strange the things that are merely happening in our lives that are causing us to be in a position of alertness, awareness. A whole new level is here. A whole new shift is here. A whole new frequency is here. Are you still in the same grounds, the same element, doing the same thing with the same people, talking about the same stuff that you same? Boring.
That's not boring.
No.
That mushroom right there.
That's like an epic flower that I would never eat, but pretty. We're in times right now where people have chosen a side. I feel like if you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for anything. And we all heard about that one before. So I feel it's time to set boundaries. It's been time to set boundaries, but now it's time to stick with our boundaries since others are sticking with theirs. So in this hour, if we know that we're empowered to tap into the frequencies of God, backed by the powers of the kingdom of heaven, why would we play with that? And why would we allow someone else to play us on that? Because the devil is busy, and I know he made so many of y'all feel as if you're not worthy of the call. You ain't good enough for the call. That God lied to you about the promise that he promised you, especially when it comes to your kingdom wife or your kingdom spouse. But the devil is a lie. And the truth will never be in him. So many of y'all have just gotten to this place where you just giving up. Like, I ain't, just forget it, God. But I'm letting you know right now that if God spoke it, God decreed it, oh, it's happening. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what they can deny it all day long. I don't care what it looks like. If God decreed it and God said it, you stand on his promises. You stand on his word, because the devil will come through and make you feel like you nothing. Make you feel like, God ain't gonna give you that promise. God ain't gonna give you that wife. God ain't gonna give you that husband. But you stand on the power within you, because greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. It's pretty deep. Because right about now, I feel that we're all witnessing the shift. We all feel it even in our own lives. But what's even more important right now is that you're fine-tuned to the universe. You vibrate harmonically in the now. And if someone does not love you for who you are or accept you for who you are, then trust me when I say, they will regret having you in the palm of their hands, the grasp of their hands, only to have you slip away, because the marriage ceremony will not be a separation. It will still transpire. God will still do the things that he promises people that he's going to do for them. So don't let the devil lie to you. You don't focus on what others are saying. You focus on God's promise. And that's what's most important more than anything, because God is not a man that God could lie. One thing I know about my father, it may take 35 years. It may take 100 years. But when God said he's going to do something, God shows up. And when God shows up, God shows out. And it don't matter who laughed at you, who mocked you, everybody going to have to eat their words. Do you hear me? So go ahead, cry. Get it out. But stand in your power and stand in your knowing and still give God the praise. It may hurt. And trust me, I know it hurts. But you cannot fold here. This is not the place to fold. Get up, soldier. Check out, what are your talents? What are your skills? Okay, all right. Okay, so life got you in the situation. You here right now. Okay? So you here right now. Life got you. You ain't got no choice but to figure it out. Okay, so what we finna do? All right, we finna do A, B, and C. 1 + 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 + 6 + 12 + 24. Okay, plus 36. You add it up. Do the math. Make it count. But most importantly, don't discount yourself in the process. Remember, I told you to know your worth and then add tax. You are very powerful. Your light is illuminating. That is air. That is life to anyone that wants to be in your frequency, in your vibration. People need that. People long for you. People pay, I don't know why this is coming up, but people pay porn stars for breast milk. I feel that you're somebody's breath milk of life. Just you standing in your calling and allowing them to recognize that there's hope for them. Yeah, it gets a little tough, but don't give up. Continue to tap into my frequency. Can you imagine the trials I have to go through to bring you messages like this? Trust me, my life is DNA coded for this, just as yours is as well. So glow. But most importantly, remember this. Yesterday is already past. The present is now. This is why it's a gift. Just recently I heard a beautiful spirit, a beautiful angel tell me a couple of days ago when I was taking a shower to tell someone, to tell them to not teach their children to live life and not move on. Teach our children to love, she says. And you got to be that example, not just by saying it, but by being it. Because children are going to do what it is that they see you do, not what it is that they hear you tell them to do. So I feel that in this hour, God has anointed specific kingdom couples to be together. But at the same time, too, I feel that there's a distaste within a lot of your hearts out there regarding this kingdom marriage, because one of the two of between the couple has spoiled the taste of it all and has made you not even interested anymore because they've denied it that much. I do feel that the person that denied is going to regret it. I feel that the person who was denied is in a place right now to where you're over that denial and now you are open to whatever it is that God has in store for you, and you look forward to it. But you no longer hold yourself in a place of lack anymore because of someone else's inability to see your worth, or someone else's inability to proclaim your worth as worth, even to them. So it's starting to make you feel worthless. Don't feel that way. Don't let someone else's worthlessness of themselves make you feel like you're worthless because they're not ready to love you. They're not ready to love themselves. What can you do with them? What's most important right now is that you love yourself. You get to know yourself, and all this beauty within you, all these talents, these gifts, this magic, this power within you, and you ain't got to worry about nothing. It's them that got to worry. Because trust me when I say, they ain't tripping off you now, but they gonna be tripping when they see, Gypsy, get out my camera, scratching. They gonna be tripping if they ever see you in the arms of somebody else. And trust me when I say that the wedding ceremony is here. And when God decreed a thing, he made a promise to you, that means that God is going to fulfill that promise, whether they're there or not. You got to walk in this knowing that what's for you is for you. What's your timing is your timing. But if someone is telling you never, ever, leave it at that. And feel relieved, actually, because now you and they have opened up the door for you to finally be that kingdom spouse, that kingdom wife. Now it's placed you in a very divine position. I can't look at this butterfly's confirmation. Look how huge that tree is. Can you imagine wrapping your arms around that, hugging that? Well, wrap your arms around yourself and hug yourself. Love yourself. Because people truly don't know what they have until it's gone. So they can push you away all they want to. But once you're gone, these are the times of shape-shifting as well. That's why I said we're in new frequencies now. Before, it took longer to get over a person. But once they push you away and you pass that, you're like, all right, they pushed me away. Let me move on. You move on, you're going to meet somebody else just as fast. That's going to love you the way you want to be loved. Just don't let it harden your heart. Stay love. God is love. In the meantime, focus on your energetic you. and watch yourself evolve, grow, heal, be. Anyone that doesn't want to be in your frequency or in your vibration, it's their loss, never yours. Remember that. If you need my help, chime into my Venus High Priestess Classic Coaching, and I got you. Whatever your journey is, you were led here for a reason. And I'm ready to take you through that coastal ride, but only if you're ready to go. That being said, if you feel led to chime in to the extended version, the link for that is below. But for those of you who won't be chiming in, thank you very much anyways for joining me. And have a beautiful, magical moment in time, everyone. And of course, may the force be with you. Because I know the force is with me. Nubian Divine.